All right, Dave, thanks for checking in. Take care of the dog. He'll take care of you. Tom, we're going to drop down and see what's going on with you there in Muletown.
Well, good evening, Russ, and everybody on the net. It almost sounds like we got a Muletown convention going on here. How about that? I'm going to break here in a second, but yeah, I done a little traveling today. New Boston, Portsmouth, went to Waverly, and it was... This thing's got a timer on it. And as I came back through, come back through Beaver, so... I done put a few miles on, made a few calls, and make a few deliveries, and you know, come on in. So, all right, back to net control, KG4DVE.
All right, Tom, thanks for checking in. Appreciate that, man. You be good, be careful. Stay out of this heat. It's a killer. Stay out of this heat. All right. I'm going to go back with you down to Muletown. Maybe we got all the residents down there that's got a radio that can talk. You're up, John.
Well, good evening, Russ, and everyone else on the net. Had a beautiful day. Wasn't really too hot. Tomorrow's supposed to be worse, so I tried to get a little bit of work done today. I had done more running and buying parts than I did actual work. I went to Lowe's and Standard Electric and picked up some parts that I needed for my antenna project, and then I came home and done some spray painting on a rig I had made up to use for my antenna work. I had a rig welded together to plug into the receiver on my truck so I could put the winch on it and winch these towers up, so I was painting on that today. So wasn't a whole lot going on, so hopefully I can get more work done tomorrow before it gets hot. I really don't have any more to add, so I'll turn it back to you, Russ. Have a nice evening, everyone, and hopefully we can be back here tomorrow to do it again. Back to that control. This is KG4DVE.
All right, John, thanks for checking in. Yeah, we sure hope you can check in every night. Remember, Thursday night's trading night with Mr. Caldwell and my night, and I don't know who's going to be on Friday or whatever, but... whatever, there'll be somebody there. Gary, we're going to drop down and see what's going on with you now.
KB8SRN. Well, not much happening out here today. I went down and checked on my mother today and took about a 7-mile bicycle ride before the heat set in, and that's just about all worth noting for the day, which is good. It's not good to have a lot to note. So with that, I'll give it back to you, Russ. Good job on the net. KB8SRN.
All right, Gary. Watch that bicycle ride. There's people around here sometimes don't see you. And just like motorcycles, you can't see them. I always said that was kind of foolish until I almost pulled out in front of one time. So don't see that anymore. I always double check on bicycles or motorcycles. Or motorcycles, whatever. Anyway, we're at the bottom of the list. We're looking for more check-ins. Please sign and call and give your name, please.
Kilo 8, Delta Mike Kilo, Daniel.
Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Alpha Lima, Bill Waverly.
Who was that checked in right before Bill? I was on the line there, on the landline. Give me that name again.
Daniel, KDMK.
Danny, sorry, I have to call in right at the same time. All right, Danny, got you, Bill. Is anyone else like to check the nice 2-meter net? Please sign your call and give your name, please.
KC8FOG.
You, sir. Got Danny, got Bill, got FOG. Anyone else would like to check in on tonight's radio club net? Please sign your call and give your name, please.
KD8 KUM, Jim over in Huntington.
Jim got you in. Good deal. Anyone else, please? right now and see what's going on with you. I didn't get a chance to call my brother. I got other things that happened, but what we talked about there earlier, I will find out for you.
Well, I appreciate it, Russ. Thank you very much. It was good talking to you this afternoon on the radio. I hadn't heard you on there in a while. Say hello to everybody else on the net, and Russ, again, thanks for doing the net this evening. You're doing a fine job, and sounds like you're got a good one started here. So maybe everybody will come in, and we'll have a really good net tonight. And I haven't been into much today, Russ. Just hanging out here, just kind of staying out of the heat. That's all I've been doing. So, Russ, and everybody on the net, I'll say 73 to you, and I'll turn it back to net control. This is KG4DVE.
All right, Danny. Thanks again for checking in. I will check on that for you. We'll drop down now to Bill in Waverly and see what's going on with Bill.
I haven't been up to much of nothing. Been washing some clothes, trying to save my energy up for the Southern Ohio Forest Rally there on Saturday. Been out back watching the grass turn browner. I tell you what, it almost looks like a wheat field that got burned up all across the neighborhood. We definitely need some rain to help it out, but I don't think we're going to get it until maybe this weekend. So nothing else really going on. Checking into a couple HF nets here at the same time, but nothing else happening. Just another beautiful day. Going to step outside and throw me a steak on the grill, and hopefully I can get it right this time and enjoy it. So with that, back to net control. Kilo Echo 8 Alpha Alpha Lima.
All right, Bill. Thank you very much for checking in. Let everyone know that you are looking for volunteers for the road rally this Saturday. If interested, get a hold of Bill. He needs the help, so please try to help him if you are available and can do that. We appreciate that. FOG, you're next, sir.
Okay, FOG, say hello there, buddy. Yeah, I started good and early, and anyway, got a lot done. Got too hot. I had to do my usual cycling. Spray off with water, sit in front of the fan, cool off, go back, work another hour in the hot sun or two. Anyway, try to get my 8 to 10 hours in a day anyway. Gosh, that ain't much work. Anyway, that's what's going on here. And hopefully get my vehicle going here sometime. And hopefully something be open I can go to. Gosh. One of these days, anyways, it's getting too screwy for me. KG4DVE.
All right, sir. You do have a lot of projects. I hear you and Rodney talk every once in a while. I'm out on the road, but I'm in and out so much I don't want to jump in on the conversation and spend just a few minutes and have to get back out. So I'm in and out a lot. And thank you for checking in. Be careful. Stay cool if you can up there. Jim and Huntington, you are up next, sir.
I did my usual today. I moved back and forth from the breakfast table, had a nice waffle, and tried myself a couple eggs to the recliner, and sat there for a while, and into lunch, and had a pretty good lunch. I had these thick things. I cooked them up. I got them right, I think, but they were good anyway. And I back into the rocket chair and moved back and forth a little bit, sat in front of the fan, laid on the floor in front of the fan, and that was about it. So I had dinner too. Almost forgot dinner. We had to can't skip that. So back to you, Russ, KD8 KUM.
All right, Jim. Try to stay cool if you can, because it's going to be miserable tomorrow more than today. So stay cool if you can. We are at the bottom of the list. We're looking for more check-ins on the tonight's Sportsman's Radio Club 2 Meter Net. Please sign and call and give your name, please.
KN4FSA Egg Harbor, New Jersey. Good evening, everybody.
Okay, what is your name, sir?
Yeah, this is Morgan. Sorry about that.
Morgan, are you on EchoLink?
Affirmative on EchoLink.
All right, sir, we'll go ahead and let you talk so you won't have no problem on EchoLink. And what's going on in New Jersey?
Yeah, I just delivered a RV here first thing in the morning. Just got in here this evening out of Indiana. Big long trip over here.
Like a long trip there from Indiana over to there. You got conventional one where you drive it, or one that you pull it?
I was pulling a 35-footer.
Probably a feat there going through Pennsylvania up the mountains and everything. So, thank you for checking in. Is there anything else you can let us know? We'll let you talk the next one you're up.
Oh, it was a good trip. A little bit around Philadelphia, about 6:30 there. Traffic was kind of hectic, but got through the maze and got on the turnpike coming over here on, I guess they call it the Atlantic Expressway, but yeah, other than that, that was about it. It was a good trip coming over. I'll turn it back over to net control. KN4 FSA is clear.
All right, Morgan, thank you for checking in there to New Jersey through EchoLink. We have on this net, or on this frequency every night at 8 o'clock there'll be something going on. Thursday night will be Traders Net, and we have other nets going on every night at 8 o'clock on this frequency. So tune in anytime you can. We appreciate that. And drive safe, sir. Drive safe. We're at the bottom of the list. We're looking for more check-ins on the Night's Portraits Radio Club 2-meter net.
Please check in, Kilo Charlie 8, Victor Juliet, Kilo KC8BJK, Portable, Craig, in Rio Grande, Ohio.
Got you there, Craig. Got you. Anyone else, please? Anyone else like to check in on Night Sports Radio Club 2-meter net? Please sign your call and give your name, please.
KF4HUF, Jim in South Shore.
Got you, Jim. Anyone else like to check in on the Night Sports Radio Club 2-meter net? Please sign your call and give your name, please. Greg, let's go up to you and see what's going on there at Rio Grande.
Well, good evening, everybody. Don't have a lot going on. Just out taking a walk and brought the portable with me and heard you running minutes. So I thought I'd stop by and give you a check-in, say hi to everybody. Nothing else. KC8BJK, back to net control.
All right, sir. You are loud and clear on that portable there, handheld, and be safe and try not to get too overheated here on taking a walk today. Stay safe, stay safe. Jim, South Shore, you're up next, sir.
Hello, everyone. We've had a pretty good day today. It's not been too hot and all, but had a little problem with our water heater. We had to go pick us up another water heater, and got a job ahead of me, so, well, that's how things happen, I guess. And that's about all I got, and turn back to net. Thank you very much.
All right, Jim, thanks for checking in. Appreciate that very much. I hadn't talked to you, I don't think, in quite a while. But check in all the time and every time you can. Every night we got something going on the net tonight. Or this week and next week and the week after that. Every week for a while, I hope. We're at the bottom of the list and we're looking for more check-ins on tonight's Sportsman's Radio Club 2-meter net. Please sign your call and give your name, please. Looks like we might have a short net tonight. We got 12 so far, not including myself. I've got 2 in and out, which is not too bad. And we're looking for more check-ins on tonight's Sportsman's Radio Club 2-meter net. Please sign your call and give your name, please. Well, I'll check with Tarpin. About the farthest I got today was Wheelersburg. We had the church camp up there to go to work on. And took a little time with them. Had a lot of things had to be done. Other than that, that's about all we got done today. And tomorrow we're going to be in Stockdale, Ohio for a while. School buses. Oh boy, that's fun. So let's see here. I've got 12. Now I'm going to be number 13. Let's see if we can get anyone else to get me off that 13 number.
WXAG, Gary.
Now, Mr. Caldwell, are you trying to be catfished today?
I was actually watching TV and happened to look up and see what time it was.
We're going to let you talk since you're here talking now. We'll just let you keep talking. I'm looking at something there at the catfish. July 24th, 17 is when he passed away. I'm looking right at it. I think on that day, I think I'm going to have a motive side for him. Go ahead, Mr. Caldwell. Talk to me.
Good evening, Russ. Everybody on the net. We've been in the house today. Haven't done a lot. I did get my exercise in today that physical therapy wanted me to do. So anyway, here in a little while, I'm going to go ahead and try and do another one. I think there's 5 different ones on there. So anyway, we just hanging up at the old homestead here. So I'm glad I got you off from number 13. So with that, Russ, we'll go ahead and turn it right to you. WXAG.
Yes, and I do appreciate that, Mr. Caldwell. Get me off that 13 ball. You're number 14. We're looking for number 15. If there's any of them out there who would like to get in on tonight's 2-meter net, please sign your call and give your name, please.
Good evening, Russ. Everybody on the net. We've been in the house today. Haven't done a lot. I did get my exercise in today that physical therapy wanted me to do. So anyway, here in a little while, I'm going to go ahead and try and do another one. I think there's 5 different ones on there. So anyway, we just hanging up at the old homestead here. So I'm glad I got you off from number 13. So with that, Russ, we'll go ahead and turn it right to you. WXAG.
Yes, and I do appreciate that, Mr. Caldwell. Get me off that 13 ball. You're number 14. We're looking for number 15. If there's any of them out there who would like to get in on tonight's 2-meter net, please sign your call and give your name, please. Looks like we might have a slow night tonight. We'll just have to see what happens. The weather is awful hot. Today's the time to stay in and have the air conditioning going, watch TV, maybe a cold drink of some kind, tea, whatever. looking for more check-ins on the Night Sportsman's Radio Club 2-meter net. Please sign your call and give your name, please. Well, must be people out watching sports, maybe. In Portsmouth, Ohio, if anybody doesn't know it, as of 8 o'clock this morning, you are required to wear a face mask at all times in the city. Otherwise, you'll be stopped and give a warning. Next time, you will get a fine, even inside wherever you're at. If you're not close, stay 6 foot away and wear a mask, you could have a problem. All right, we're going to try one more time, and if we don't have anybody come in, we're going to silence the net for the night and see what's happening for next week.
Recheck for KN4FSA.
Go right ahead, sir.
Yeah, you're talking about the mask requirement. Is that for just that local area, or is that all the state of Ohio?
To my knowledge, sir, it's just for the city of Portsmouth, but they'll probably have an overall Ohio at one time. But right now, it's just Portsmouth in our particular area.
Recheck.
Go ahead, recheck.
Yeah, sorry about that. Trying to get EchoLink to reconnect, but okay, that's all I was checking on. It sounds like it's pretty much the same as everywhere else. And anytime you're in public or in an area where you can't maintain 6 feet separation, you got to have a mask on. Is that correct?
That's my understanding of that. We've only got 90 people that have been affected. Some are healed. I don't think we have that are still have the virus, and they're being held at home. I don't think we have any actually that was hospitalized. I know there's none that has passed, but they're just getting back on it for people coming back from Florida and Myrtle Beach and all that. That's what's going on now. I'll get you in a moment there, recheck. Go ahead, recheck.
Yeah, sorry about that. Trying to get EchoLink to reconnect, but okay, that's all I was checking on. It sounds like it's pretty much the same as everywhere else. And anytime you're in public or in an area where you can't maintain 6 feet separation, you got to have a mask on. Is that correct?
That's my understanding of that. We've only got 90 people that have been affected. Some are healed. I don't think we have that are still have the virus, and they're being held at home. I don't think we have any actually that was hospitalized. I know there's none that has passed, but they're just getting back on it for people coming back from Florida and Myrtle Beach and all that. That's what's going on now. I'll get you in a moment there, recheck. I was waiting a few seconds there. Go ahead, recheck.
Yeah, Russ, I heard on the news a while ago, in, I'd say all the major cities by now. I know they said Columbus and Cincinnati, and I'm pretty sure if you probably went to Cleveland, they probably got that mandated too. So I did hear Columbus and Cincinnati, but if I'd had to guess, I'd say all of them's probably got it by now.
All right, thanks for that information. I haven't really been listening to the news. I did listen to the morning news, and I watched the city council meeting last night on the telephone, and they voted it 4-1. Should have been. But when one of them didn't show up. But anyway, it was a 4-to-1 vote, and I don't think the mayor was really happy over it, but he got voted down. So. Waiting a few seconds there. Go ahead, recheck.
Yeah, Russ, I heard on the news a while ago, and I'd say all the major cities by now. I know they say Columbus and Cincinnati, and I'm pretty sure if you probably went to Cleveland, they probably got that mandated too. So I did hear Columbus and Cincinnati. But if I'd had to guess, I'd say all of them's probably got it by now.
All right, thanks for that information. I haven't really been listening to the news. I did listen to the morning news, and I watched the city council meeting last night on the telephone, and they voted it 4-to-1. Should have been, but one of them didn't show up. But anyway, it was 4-to-1 vote, and I don't think the mayor was really happy over it, but he got voted down. So.
Mask, mandatory mask.
I appreciate that information there. That is, because I'll be going up probably north here next week sometime, and I guess I'll have to take my mask with me.
All righty, Russ, I just wanted to give you that information I heard on the news. So, Russ, thank you for running the net again, and hope that helped somebody. KDMK back to net control.
That man was still listening. He's EchoLink out of New Jersey, Danny.
Yeah, I copied that. I appreciate that. Yeah, when I come across on I-80 out of Indiana over through here, all the toll plazas had requirements to wear a mask before you enter, and any of the truck stops that I went to were pretty much the same thing. You had to have your mask on before you enter, that kind of stuff, you know. So it's pretty much widespread. That's kind of the way it's looking everywhere you go. So anyway, that's all I had. KN4FSA on the side.
Okay, I had the up in Greenville, which is next to Indiana, excuse me, and I seen a sign up there that said if you're coming out and coming back into Ohio to stay, you have a two-week voluntary stay at home to keep the virus down in Ohio. I don't know if you've seen those signs or not.
Yeah, I haven't seen those posted anywhere. I'll keep an eye out for them. Thank you.
I was up in Greenville. I assume you know where Greenville is.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
All right, sir. I was up there doing a job, and I seen that. Kind of shocked me. I never thought I would see anything like that, but I guess with this virus thing, they're trying to get it under control, and I think turning it loose and letting everybody go on vacation, I think that just brought it back where it was with the beginning. I hope the devil it goes away.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to for a while. Well, I hope they'll get a vaccine for it before long. That's probably about the only thing that's really going to put a dent in it. There's just too many people doing too many things, you know, and it's just going to keep spreading around back and forth and back and forth. Yeah, I haven't seen those posted anywhere. I'll keep an eye out for them. Thank you.
I was up in Greenville. I assume you know where Greenville is.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
All right, sir. I was up there doing a job, and I seen that. Kind of shocked me. I never thought I would see anything like that, but I guess with this virus thing, they're trying to get it under control, and I think turning it loose and letting everybody go on vacation, I think that just brought it back where it was to with the beginning. I hope the devil it goes away.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to for a while. Well, I hope they'll get a vaccine for it before long. That's probably about the only thing that's really going to put a dent in it. But there's just too many people doing too many things, you know, and it's just going to keep spreading around back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, hopefully people will stay at least 6 foot apart. Some people don't want to wear a mask. Some people do, but locals are going to force us into it. And it sounds like the state of Ohio is going to force us into it. But it's either that or pay you money, and I don't want to pay them no money if I don't have to. We're at the bottom of the list. We're looking for more check-ins on the Night Sports Radio Club 2-meter net. Please sign your call and give your name, please.
Alpha 8 Whiskey India, Bernie.
8YN, you know me.
Got you, Bernie. Got you, Jerry. Is anyone else like to check in on the Nice 2-meter net? Please sign your call and give your name, please. All right, Bernie, you're up, sir.
Good evening, Russ, to you and everyone on the net. I missed most of it. I lost track of time. Both sons and 3 grandkids were here, so didn't even realize what time it was, so I almost missed it. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well, and I will not hold it, turn it back to you. Say hello to everyone again and to Jerry there, and turn it back to you, Russ, AAWI.
All right, sir, thank you for checking in. Yeah, when you get the grandkids and the sons and all that there, that's important to have them around. I love to have the kids around me when they come around. All right, Jerry, what's going on with you, sir?
Good evening, sir, and Bernie and everybody that's checked in. I hadn't been there since the beginning. We've been over at my son's house, about 100 yards across the field there. They're in Florida, East Coast, and they sent pictures, and there's very few people on their beach. They took stuff to grill, and they usually go out to all these seafood places, but they're staying right there. And even so, when they come back, it'll be a couple of weeks. They're going to self-quarantine because Mama and Papa's in their 70s and immune systems are compromised. But anyhow, was over there feeding her dog, watering her flowers, and let this break. I want to ask you something. Aren't you? I'm sure you've heard about the fire on the amphibious assault ship, the Bonhammer Shard. I thank the good Lord, buddy, that happened in port. Can you imagine if they were at sea? You know, most people, I've quizzed people before. I said, if you was a sailor and aboard ship at sea, what would you fear the most? And not one that I've ever asked has said fire. Oh, baby. You can't run, ain't nowhere to go. You got to fight it, or if you can't, you're going to have to go in the sea. But what a horrible... They're still fighting that thing, over.
Yeah, I seen that. They said they was working on some things, and they had turned off or disconnected whatever the fire control, I guess one might say sprinklers or whatever, and didn't connect it back up. But I don't understand why they don't go through the what we call the fire department connection. That would bypass all that.
So we're going to find more about it. I'm trying to read everything I can on the internet, and it's going to be talked about for a long time. I get emails from military.com and some other places, and listening to that Rear Admiral, that was his flagship. It started in a cargo hold, and it said it spread quickly through the ventilation system, and it got to the island. Underneath the island, so much heat going up through there that one of the masts collapsed, and they put so much water in her, she got a starboard list, although they're working feverishly to pump that water out. And I'll tell you what, at this point, it's just going to be a miracle if they decide that, cost to repair versus cost to build a new one, which, there is a point, just like you total a car, they can total a ship, so sure hope they can save her, over.
I'd certainly hope so. I was watching a movie the other day, and I believe, I can't remember, anyway, I think it was the French that gave enough money to Britain to build a ship during the war of something, 1812 or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, and they named it that ship's name. I can't remember the name. You have to tell me.
Richard.
That's where they come up with the French name, because the French paid for the first ship, and that's what they named that first ship.
Yeah, it's a historic name, and there's been other ships previously with the same name, over.
Jay, was there well, this was an aircraft carrier too, yeah. I can't remember if there was anything less than an aircraft carrier with that name or not.
There was, you're right, there was an aircraft carrier, the CV for that name. And this is amphibious assault, and Harriers can take off, and helicopters. Of course, they carry a lot of Marines too, over.
Yeah, like I say, it is an assault ship. I imagine that at the time there wasn't very many on there because they was in they wasn't actually in dry dock, was they?
They weren't dry dock, but they were next to a pier. They were tied up to a pier, and skeleton crew is aboard. It carries 1,000, and I think they had 400, and there's some we call them the yard birds. The workers there, that a lot of stuff was going on that they were doing, but they say this fire started in a cargo hold, and I was reading today on the internet about some kind of wood pallets were down there, but we'll find out. They'll pinpoint it, over.
Well, there'll be an investigation like you wouldn't believe on that one there.
Another thing too, with all the crap going on, Cold War starting up again, and they might think of sabotage. You got these people from the Middle East and stuff, just like down that Air Force base down there in Florida. I don't know, it was Pensacola or Eglin, where some of the Saudi Arabian Air Force guys were in there, and that one turned a gun and killed a couple of our servicemen down there. Remember that? So you could have the same thing like that. Somebody that descent working for the shipyard there that could have done it. Who knows?
I remember that situation, and if I do remember correctly, they took the rest of them back to gearing and sent them back.
Sure did, and rightly so. And but I tell you what, I think they'll let them in again. But I'll tell you what, I bet they'll be watched 24/7.
They'll get to the bottom of it, just like you say. They'll know exactly who did what, why, when, and where before they let it go and stop on it. But main thing now is try to get that thing burning. And you wouldn't think with all the steel on board there'd be much to burn, but there's a lot of things that's burnable items.
It said the temperatures reached 1,000 degrees.
That is hot.
There it is. Okay, Russ, I won't monopolize, but I knew you'd want to talk about that for a minute. So 73, and everybody have a great evening. N8YN clear.
Recheck, Russ.
Appreciate that. There's a lot of things that you told me I didn't know, but I appreciate that very much. Being an old swap jockey, as you say, I was on destroyers mainly, but I've seen a lot of amphib ships and carriers and all that, but I like my skimmer like that better anyway. But thanks for checking in, Jerry. You have a good evening, and appreciate you checking in.
Russ, yeah, I'm old tin can sailor too, buddy. Nothing like them.
Is there anyone else like to check in on the nice 2-meter net? Please sign your call and give your name, please.
Recheck, Russ.
Go right ahead, sir.
I was going to comment, back up again, I guess, what Jerry said about let's be thankful, also be thankful, and he said too, that this didn't happen at sea. You know, it'd really be a tragedy then. KG4DVE WTG, back to that.
Absolutely. There is no place to go hide on board a ship when it gets something like that, and there's the only fireman around, that's you. They teach you how to firefight. If you go in the water, then you got sharks. You don't want to go in the water. That's the only way you can do it. Anyone else like no place to go besides you and fighters, or like call you in the water?
KG4DVE Jerry.
Give that one more time. He was giving the call sign while you were talking, sir. Try one more time. You're not really making it.
KG4DVE Jerry.
All right, got you, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here baking some dinner and just thought I'd check in and say hello.
All right, if you'd like to make a comment, we'll let you make a comment right now.
I don't have anything worthwhile to contribute other than just say stay safe, stay healthy, God bless.
All right, Jerry, I'll go along with that. Be safe, and God bless. This Radio Club looking for check-ins. We're up to 17 people. Would anyone else like to check in on the Night Sports Radio Club 2-meter net? Please sign your call and give your name, please. Well, I'm going to give one last call. If not, we're going to close the net. I'd like to thank everyone who checked in on the net and those who stood by while the net was being conducted. We had 17 people. We had 3 check-ins in and out. And at this time, we're going to turn the N8QA repeater back over to normal radio use. And thanks again, everyone, for checking in. This is KB8AAK, and my name is Russ, and I'm clear.
KE8AAL, KE8AAL, KD8 WTG.
Kilo Echo 8 Alpha Alpha Lima. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I don't want your steak to burn there, but I was in your fair town today, and I tried to call you there, but and I couldn't get, well, I mean, I got part way there, I think, but I couldn't get that Londonderry repeater there. This thing's got a timeout on it. I couldn't get that Londonderry repeater there from in front of the library today. Is that a normal dead spot?
Well, now, I can't tell you for sure. It very well, yeah, I would say it might be when you get downtown there inside the buildings and everything that are like they are. I know on the VHF, the 8.5 and stuff, it's kind of bad if you can get it at all. So that's probably what the issue was.
Yeah, I know. I I tried, to get on there whenever I was there, and as a matter of fact, I really didn't get on the Londonderry one. I had to go on into Minford's later on when I was in the area.
Well, I know I can work it with the radio here in the Radio Shack. The HT is spotty if I can hit it. So it may just very well be running mobile that it's going to be hard to hit when you're in the city. Okay. I just thought if I got to talk to you, I'd run that by you. Because I was up there in the downtown area there today, making a delivery. I was going to say, it sounds to me like you get all over the place, don't you?
Well, down here in this southeast Ohio area, I was in Chillicothe. I went up there and got some chairs, the other day, up there at Menards, and made a couple places, stops. But then, hold on. I mainly get into more or less the southeast Ohio, lower southeast Ohio area, in that general vicinity. I was in Portsmouth and New Boston today.
I hope you keep track of them miles so you can use it on your income tax.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't travel near as much as I used to, and sadly enough, I don't use that as a write-off. Because I use it for personal reasons too. KD8WTG.
Hey, I can understand that. Sometimes it's hard just to keep records, and sometimes the bottom line is it doesn't really help that much to begin with.
Yeah, there's so many restrictions on it and everything. Yeah, it can be kind of a pain. I tried to do it one time, and it's just kind of a pain.
Yeah, we used to do that when we were able to itemize, especially when we were traveling back and forth to the Cleveland Clinic every month and having to stay up there for a couple of days and that type of thing. But with the I guess the exemption, or not exemption, whatever the deduction is that they give you, there's no way in the world we could even come close to beating it.
Yeah, I think that's what our accountant told me one time, whenever I went on commission, in my own vehicle, just about as well take the standard,
Hey, you got that right. I tell you what, they've made it so complicated that you almost have to have somebody do it for you. I already went through the numbers and stuff, but I sat down today. It dawned on me, it's like, hey, I need to send this stuff in. So I sat down there on the, I guess, IRS website and used the TurboTax to go through it, and there was some kind of fluke that they didn't accept it the first time. And the question they were asking, I guess, for a number didn't make any sense, because that's not the question they ask when I run through it. But got it all fixed, and they took them both, federal and state. So, hey, as long as they take it, I guess that's good.